important occasion. Honorable Prof. B.H.U, Director, SMS, Sanjay Gupta ji, Registrar, SMS, and other distinguished colleagues, and my dear friends. Thanks a lot again to be here today with you. So, this is a very basic challenge of today's mankind. How to save energy. You know, energy is the indicator of your status, the status of the nation, whatever. We cannot survive without energy as an individual. We take food, be it herbivorous or omnivorous or carnivorous, whatever it is. We should understand how the energy flow into the ecology, environment. What are different kind of energy? How these are being generated, how they can be recycled, reused to make this particular earth as a better place to live in. If I do remember correctly, Mahatma Gandhi once said that the earth has enough for the need of humankind, but that is not there for the greed of the humankind. And today's situation is that we are not living in the synchronization with the environment. The problem lies there. If you live in the synchronization with the environment, if you go back 20, 30 years back, majority of you must have not observed that, not seen that, but if I do remember about my younger days when I used to go to my villages for summer vacations, I found everything was in synchronization with the nature. The only thing missing as compared to today was the greed. And that has created a lot of problems. There are a lot of statistics that can be presented in which way the world is moving, comparatively what is the position of India. Yes, if you compare with the most modern developed nations, European nations and states, we are far behind in investable energy. Even the per capita consumption is lot less as compared to those. But still we are wasting a lot, as already been told by Anupam ji. You must be knowing the basic difference between the renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Every energy is part of our environmental ecosystem, biosphere. That particular energy, which is known as non-renewable, means the difference between time of production and time of consumption. If the time of production is very long on human scale, we say that is this particular energy is non-renewable energy like coal, petroleum, natural gases, even nuclear energy, the raw material, uranium, thorium, plutonium, whatever it is. And those energies which are continuously being replenished within the environment are known as renewable energy. And I do remember one sloka, Chitijal Pavak Gagan Samira, Panchatattva Mil Bana Sarira. You must have heard about this. So this Chitijal Pavak Gagan Samira, this is renewable energy. And our body, our system is full of that. We are made of that. If I talk about Chiti, what does it mean? Chiti means Prithvi, Earth. So Earth is a reservoir of all kind of energy. Be it coal, be it petroleum, be it uranium, plutonium, or geothermal energy. So if geothermal energy is being used as a source of energy, so that comes into the category of renewable energy sources. Similarly, gel means water. So all the hydroelectricity plants are based on the water, flow of the water. We are concentrating on bigger dams, bigger hydrostatic plants. They are not in tandem with the synchronization of the environment again. They are not the green energy. We are going for larger dams, larger hydroelectric plants. So that is again not in synchronization with the nature. Because they destroy a lot of vegetation, they destroy a lot of creature, organism from the earth. So they are not called for. If we require to convert water as energy, that should be based upon the smaller electricity plants, hydroelectric plants. Or we should be using the natural flow of water, natural velocity of water for conversion of energy, for running the turbines. Power means Agni, fire, so biomass. Biomass is again another source of energy. So those biomass which are not of use should certainly be converted into energy. Because again, our judicious decisions plays an important role. Nowadays, there is a lot of thirst of replacing petroleum, gasoline from biodiesel and bioethanol. There are a lot of talks. The thirst area, even Department of Science and Technology talks a lot about what are you doing in the area of biodiesel and bioethanol. What is the raw material for biodiesel and bioethanol? Majority of grains. Corn is one of the most best one, you can say, the best cellulosic material. Bioethanol again is made by that, biodiesel is made by that. So whether we are eating out from the food of other organisms, what we are doing. So we should certainly give a deep thought over this particular topic also. That is a very good source, renewable source. But whether that is more important than feeding the hungry people. Then comes spiritual power, Gagan Sabira. Gagan and Sabir. Sabir means wind. So wind energy is the important part of that renewable source. And finally Gagan. Gagan means not Akash, this is sun, Surya. Is the mother of all of the energy. Because whatever energy we are deriving out of any source, that is directly or indirectly is part of solar energy. Whether it is wind energy, whether it is tide energy, whether it is geothermal energy, whatever energy, that is a different kind of version of the solar energy. So certainly a great emphasis should be given on the uses, technology, aggregation aspect, so that we can use majority of the renewable energy sources. Because the day when we can store economically the solar energy, a lot of problem will be solved. So extensive research work is needed in that area. Now, if we come to the topic of conservation of energy, is a glimpse what kind of energy is there. Have you heard about Bermuda Point, Bermuda Triangle? So I will be discussing this, I will be making this talk not as a boring lecture, but what I feel that should be an interactive kind of thing. Have you heard about Bermuda Triangle? Any one of you please stand up and tell me in what reference? Bermuda Triangle. Any of the student?
Sir, high gravitational force. Sir, attracting light also, sir.
Okay, we have heard numerous news earlier that even the ship sinks in that region, even the planes are already gone to which place nobody knows. What was the region? There are extensive theories, number of theories. But after numerous scientific expeditions and investigation, the basic thing which is true for Bermuda Triangle is abundance of energy. Energy is in form of, maybe in form of matter, in the form of different kind of matter, solid, liquid, gas. Solid fuel is coal, liquid is petroleum, gas is natural gas. But the fourth form is the jet. So what is happening, that Bermuda Triangle is surrounded by forests. And when the leaves falls in the marshy land, these leaves are being converted into the methane gas. Methane gas is a very important part of energy. Natural gas का जो majority composition है, that is methane. And under those extensive environmental conditions of temperature and pressure, extensive conditions, these methane gases are being stored under the seabed as a jet, capsule. And whenever there is slight changes takes place in this pressure and temperature conditions, this methane gel changes into the gaseous methane. And you know the role of density in transport through the water or transport through the air. When sudden change in density takes place of the sea water, sea sinks into that. Excessive generation, excessive release of methane. So we cannot say that there is dearth of energy resources. There is energy resources. And if somebody says that all the energy resources which currently available on the surface of the earth will be consumed by the humankind within 200 years. Or petrol, there will be no petrol or gas after 30 to 40 years. When I was a student of B.Tech in Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, that time it was University of Roorkee, that time also teachers were telling us that within 40 years there will be no petrol. But I am not saying that you keep on wasting the energy. There is energy, there will be energy. Technologies are required to tap those energy with an economic aspect. But why conservation of energy is needed? Because energy doesn't live in isolation. Anything doesn't live in isolation in universe. Everything, there is change. If I say how energy flow in ecological system, there are three kinds of organism in ecology, ecological system. One are producer, second one are consumer, and third one are disintegrator. So producer, what are producers? Tree and grass, plants, they are producers of energy. Consumers, we are the greatest consumers, the largest consumers, and all others who survive on the tree, or the grass, or the crops, or other herbivores are consumers. But bacteria, fungi, mushrooms, they are disintegrated. So these producer and disintegrated, both are in a way contributing towards generation of energy. Because disintegrated, what they do? They break large molecules into small molecules. They degrade it into the final elements which assimilate itself into the nature, like carbon, nitrogen, etc. And when we break something into smaller parts, energy releases. So they are also contributing towards the release of energy. Producers, they are not using lot of energy, but we are, you can say, the greatest enemy of energy, useful energy. So we have to modify our lifestyle. You can even discuss whether vegetarian is good or non-vegetarian is good. I can. Whether vegetarian are using larger amount of energy or non-vegetarian are using larger amount of energy. One egg is equal to 151 liter of water. 151 liter of water is equal to one egg. आप 1 घंटा खाते हो तो 151 लीटर पानी पीते हो. 1 kg of beef is equal to 4,000 liter of water. If you are consuming 1 kg beef, means you are drinking 4,000 liters of water. And that is a very important source of energy. Driving a car, owning a car is equal to 40,000, or maybe 4 lakh liters of water. So my lifestyle, your lifestyle certainly affects not the wastage of energy, we can check not the wastage of energy, but also improve the environment. So what we should do? We should be methodical in living. We should live in the synchronization with the environment. If the domestic front, if you talk about the domestic front, the total consumption of energy in domestic front is 30% in India. 70% is in industries or other places. So where we can contribute? In the domestic front. So by only proper operation and maintenance of the equipments, we can save electricity between 10 to 30%, and exact figure has been given by Anupam again, 23%. Yes. So by selecting proper equipment, by maintaining it, if there is a fire in your home, you assure that it should be properly greased and oiled after every season. Can't we think replacing this AC with certain other appliances? Heat pump. If as an engineer I just give my reason, I concentrate on heat pump, what these are. There is difference of temperature between the inside of this hall and outside atmosphere. Can't we utilize that energy? Heat pump in summer will be acting as air conditioner, and in winter it will be acting as a heater. So we have to be judicious while following the lifestyle of the West. What we are doing, we are blindly following. Blindly. I am very blunt in saying that we are blindly following the lifestyle, philosophy, or anything of the Western nations, Europe and America. I am not going to that slide section because I just want to share my feeling and the importance of 14th December, that is Energy Conservation Day. Can you compare these two entirely different situations, India and Europe, India or US? The land area of US is 7 times or 4 times, I am not sure, 4 times larger than India. And the population of US is less than the population of children below the age of 13 years in India. Should we compare? They do have large energy resources, but less consumers. We do have small energy resources and we do have large consumers. So we should not certainly blindly follow their philosophies, their lifestyle. In Western countries, 390 liters per capita uses toilet flushing water per day. 400 liters. Whether we can do that? No. So we have to devise our own lifestyle. And that lifestyle, for that philosophy, we are not supposed to borrow from somewhere else. That is there within our philosophy. Just look back. Certain things are needed. Decentralization is needed. Many discuss about the pollution of Ganga water in Varanasi. I am afraid crores and crores rupees has been spent. There are 3 treatment plants in Varanasi. Dinapur, Bhagwanpur, one more, B.H.U. The complete capacity is 100 mld per day. And we are generating more than 300 mld. Thrice the capacity of the treatment plant. But whether we are doing that? If you go deep into that, what I found, have you seen any house in Varanasi where the pipes for toilet is different from pipes for wastewater kitchen? Must not. Maybe 1 or 2 judicious people, but I have not found those guys. What are they doing? 100 liters of water has been wasted in toilet. Approximately, maybe, just assume. And 200, 300 liters for other activity. What we are doing? we are mixing this 300 liters, which is less polluted, with 100 liters, which is more polluted. And finally, the result is that we are generating 400 liters of wastewater. Then my capacity is 300 mld per day. To treat that, I need energy, I need plants. But we make it mandatory that there will be 2 pipelines in every houses. And less polluted water which is coming out of due to the bathing, due to the kitchen, due to other activities, and treat them within a locality because they are not generating foul smell, and reuse that particular treated water for irrigating our gardens, washing the roads, or any other things, washing the automobiles. So basic planning is faulty, and we have to improve that. Food chain, if you just see the food chain, primary food chain, secondary food chain, and tertiary food chain. A small insect eaten by frogs. Frog in turn eaten by owl or snack. If 100 kilocalorie of energy is being consumed by primary source, it is reaching only 10 kilocalorie to tertiary source. 100, so 1 kilocalorie. 100, 10 and 1. So lifestyle, eating habit, everything has to be changed. And minor things are there. People generally educate while leaving the class, please switch off the fans, please switch off the lights. I think that is not needed to such kind of wise students. They know. But you can educate not only yourself, but your parents and your neighbors. And you have to emphasize upon this. If somebody is only business minded, tell him you can do business. You can earn carbon credit. Please document it properly. How much energy you have saved by changing your lifestyle. Very viable business option is there. You just select 2 colonies in Varanasi. You replace the bulbs if there in houses in particular colony with the CFM. You just calculate how many wattage of energy you have saved.